I actually wanted to talk about Kim Kardashian because there's actually a new Kanye West documentary out. Kim Kardashian is front and center again. She was on Call Her Daddy. She was on a red carpet this week. And on the red carpet this week, she was in a full mask. Incredible. Just like, I saw a meme that was like, she should have ended up with Kanye. Like these two would have been, there's the picture of it if you're watching this. It's nude, matches her nude outfit. Full mask. She brought her makeup team. Page 6 reports that she had a full face of makeup beneath the obstructing mask, but that her makeup stylist had been flown across the country specifically for the event to join her hairstylist, Chris Appleton. Not sure that worked out super well for the makeup artist and the hairstylist because she just put a beige mask over their masterpiece, Mary. But what can we read into Kim Kardashian still really dabbling in the Kanye aesthetic after their marriage has ended, and pretty, as she talked about on Call Her Daddy last week, in a pretty nasty way.
Yeah, she was revealing a lot of ugly information about the breakdown of their relationship on Call Her Daddy, things that I don't think should be shared publicly by anyone, most especially somebody with such a huge audience. Obviously, that's something that is a foreign concept to this entire family, is the concept of keeping anything to themselves, the concept of discretion. And then she tries to paint herself as a victim for it. For instance, her parenting mistakes, which are not really mistakes. They're just, the most blatant, honestly, neglect cases, her allowing her daughter North to go out basically dressed like a prostitute at the age of 12. And she addresses that on the interview as well and says, don't all of us parents know that, like, we make mistakes and these things happen, but when we make mistakes, everyone's watching. And the parents of teens and tweens out there, like, we just need so much grace and patience for these mistakes that we're making. It's not a mistake to let your 12-year-old leave the house dressed like that. Now, to Kim Kardashian's fashion choices, I wasn't the only person who saw this and immediately thought she's hiding something, probably the results of a cosmetic procedure of some kind or an invasive skincare treatment. Who knows what it might be? I don't believe that she has a full face of makeup underneath that mask.
They could have planted that story. I mean, that wouldn't be crazy that the Kardashians planted that story.
And this also is not the first time that she has gone out with her face covered like that. I think at the Met Gala in 2021, she showed up in like Taliban chic, basically a skin tight niqab. This has been her vibe for a while now. And to what people were saying about her and Kanye, I agree. It's actually, I don't see it as this like thing to laugh at that their family fell apart. We're obviously never going to know the whole story, but some glimpses of it were offered in that documentary that came out recently. And, she's a person with feelings like anybody else. And there are moments where they're in the middle of these like yelling matches together. I don't think she wanted her family to fall apart, and especially not in such a public way. And it's sad because I love when I see a couple where they both match each other's freak. Like they were the definition of that type of couple. And I think that's honestly why people liked Kanye and Julia Fox together as well. There are plenty of other examples, but they were definitely the most iconic example of that.
Yeah, your point about her Call Her Daddy interview is well taken too, because there's this, when people struggle with mental illness, as Kanye West obviously does, he's talked about it himself, the pressures is too cliche of a term, but just the climate of that level of celebrity is not conducive to healing, and it's not conducive to having like a normal family life, which the Kardashians didn't have when the reality show started in this kind of Brady Bunch fashion back in, I think it was 2007-ish. But they were trying. They were sort of trying to have this kind of normal but kooky lifestyle. And by achieving their dreams of wealth and success, they seem to have immiserated themselves. I don't know. I mean, when I look at Kris Jenner's, yeah, I'm sure you've seen the headlines about Kris Jenner aging backwards. She just seems to have gotten more work done, and people are marveling at it. When I look at that, she's 69 years old. I don't know, Mary. That just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't look like the picture of happiness.
They're all trying to meld into one person, it seems like. I mean, I wouldn't say if you put a picture of Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian side by side that I would mistake one for the other, but it's getting dangerously close. And Kris Jenner is 70 years old. Maybe she's just like weeks away from turning 70 years old. And there is just no sane, healthy reason to celebrate that. She's obviously not defying aging in a natural way with, normal health measures. She's going under the knife time and time again. And all of the women in this family seem to be part of a hive mind where they all want to be the same hot 22-year-old forever. Or maybe it doesn't really matter what age you look like, as long as you just pick one age and just stay there and don't move.
Right.
So you've got 40. Like the 12-year-old pretending to be the hot 22-year-old. You've got the 70-year-old woman pretending to be the hot 22-year-old. You've also got the old man who also is pretending to be the hot 22-year-old.
That's right.
And like all of you have completely lost any sense of identity. It's really quite uncanny and disturbing.
I have been clear about this. Speaking of people just being open and honest about their positions, I'm not just pro-birth, I'm pro-life. And being pro-life means standing with mothers not only before their baby is born, but then long after. And that's exactly why I partner with Preborn and partner proudly with Preborn. Preborn does not just save babies, they make motherhood abundantly possible. They provide free ultrasounds and share the truth of the gospel with women in crisis, and then they stay with real practical help, including financial support for up to 2 years after the baby is born. This is what true Christ-centered compassion looks like, not just for the baby, but for the mother too. And here's where you can make a difference. Just $28 provides a free life-saving ultrasound, one chance for a mother to see her baby, and when she does, she's twice as likely to choose life. Preborn is trying to save 70,000 babies this year. So don't just say you're pro-life, live it, help save babies, and support mothers today. Go to preborn.com/Emily or call 855-601-2229. That's preborn.com/Emily.